Hello and welcome to this taste challenge for the afternoon of February 28th, the last day of February 2022. We've got Pabst Blue Ribbon, company founded in 1844, originally sold as Jacob's Best Lager. Jacob's Best Lager. His last name was Best, not meaning the best lager you can get. Okay, Dos Equis Lager Especial. Introduced in 1983, 4.2 PBR for the win. Okay, it says Blue Ice. I watched a couple of your videos this morning. Thank you for watching. 4.8% alcohol, 4.2% alcohol, both 10 bitterness units. Let me get my glasses. I forgot to get my glasses. And these are official stats because I did not get this off of like, oh, well, I read it on Rate Beer or I read it on, I read it on Untapped. No, I got this from the distributor website and their information is coming from the brewer. So thanks for watching Blue Ice and all the other viewers. So Dos Equis, 2 X's, 10 and 10 is 20. That's what the beer was originally supposed to be called, 20th century. That was the original name of the beer in Spanish, 20th century. But the people in Mexico were like, give me some of that 2X beer. And the bartender was supposed to say, well, it's 2 X's, the Roman numeral for 10. That means 20 in honor of the 20th century. And they were like, what are you talking about? Just give me the 2X beer, So then finally the company decided, nobody gets that, so they just start calling their own beer what everybody called it, 2 X's, 2 Dos Equis, 2 X's. Because in 1897, George Haas, a German immigrant, developed Dos Equis, which was the amber. Not this, it was amber, the one they call amber today, the amber one. But in 1983, they came out with this one to, sort of have like a competitor against Pabst Blue Ribbon, Miller High Life, Budweiser type beers. Okay, so Pabst Blue Ribbon is listed in the budget category. Dos Equis is definitely not in the budget category. You're going to pay more for it. Is it better? Well, we're going to find out. My prediction is it is like Blue Ice. Pabst Blue Ribbon is going to win. I don't think Dos Equis is that great. It's pleasant. It's pleasant. It's not nasty. Like you don't drink it and say, oh, it's so terrible. You mainly drink it and say, oh, it's so tasteless, kind of. All right. 4.2% alcohol. That's Bud Light range. So you wouldn't have to worry about getting too inebriated drinking it unless you're an uncontrolled drinker. Like I said, brewed in Mexico by a company called, well, let's see what they use on here. What name they use? Cervezas oh, that's the importer. Lager beer. Oh, yeah. Cuauhtémoc Montezuma. Monterrey, Mexico. It's a huge brewery. I'd love to tour. Cuauhtémoc Montezuma. I remember when Heineken bought a share of Cuauhtémoc Montezuma. And anytime Heineken buys a share of your company, that means wait a while and it's going to be 100% of the company. Oh, yeah. Well, let's not talk about all that right now. Thank you for watching, Mark Lockwood. Heineken did that with Lagunitas. Well, we're buying part of the company, 49%. But it's just a precursor to what's coming, Then they make an offer that the people cannot refuse. And then they buy them out. They own 49% of Paulaner. If you look at the Paulaner website carefully, Ron, ditch the beer and talk politics, says John Miles. No, but I will soon, I guess. So Heineken, they like to buy, they're like Michael Corleone, they buy you out. You don't buy them out. They buy you out. You know, I know Mo Green said that, but he didn't get bought out. He got taken out. All right. Uh, but anyway, um, but on a lot of the websites and even some of the cans, it'll say Heineken Mexico, because that's the real name. But they use that traditional name Cuauhtémoc Moctezuma, but they totally owned by Heineken today. There's no Pabst in 24-ounce cans like the Dos Equis. Yes, they do have Pabst in 24-ounce cans that actually, it just may not be in your area. I bought a 24-ounce can right there at Walmart 2 weeks ago, or a week and a half ago. 24-ounce can right there, half a mile away. We don't get the 40-ounce bottles around here, but I've seen them in other states. Now, we'll notice that the Dos Equis is gold, and it didn't have much of a head getting developed. It's almost straw appearance, like see straw in a barn. But the Pabst is much darker, you see. It's almost like an amber lager, really. And it's not that you say, well, video, in this camera, I know it's low definition, 720. It is 720. But, you know, but most people just listen. Like people tell me, I just listen to your thing while I'm driving in the car. I'm not really looking at it. And it's the same thing I do with video reviews. I'll be listening to them, you know, while I'm doing stuff. And then if I miss something, I'll go back and say, what did you say? Oh, yeah, okay. More like a radio show. I mean, I know what the beer looks like. If it's a stout and they say, look, it's brown, it's really dark brown. Well, I mean, I don't need to keep staring at it. I know what the person looks like. And so I just, you know, I just listen to them. I'm like Henry Hill, you know, I'm just listening. I don't talk much. I don't eat much. We have 24-ounce PBR cans in Colorado, Safeway, 2 for $4. It's about the same price here or less. $1.79, I think I paid. Okay. So they both use corn as their filler, but you know the Dos Equis uses the Mexican corn, which tastes different from American corn. Just go get the Mexican corn flour. It doesn't smell the same, doesn't taste the same. And like on the Dos Equis website, it says corn starch and or corn syrup. They're using corn starch and or corn syrup. They probably have it scientifically developed in a way that it doesn't matter which one they use. Whatever they got in supply, they use it. It doesn't affect the flavor, the body, the calorie count, 131 calories, anything. You know, it's just these things are more science than an art. These mass-produced beers is not really an art. It's a science, okay? It's an algorithm, a recipe. You understand? All right. I think I have them mixed up enough. Let me do a little bit more just to be sure. I got my eyes closed. I'm like Larry Fine, you know, and remember Larry Fine? He said, I can't see. I can't see. I can't see. They said, what's wrong? He said, I have my eyes closed. Aroma, not much. Now the good Dos Equis is like the Roja, that red ale they made, that red lager, I'm sorry. But that really had a dynamite flavor. Then it was gone with the wind. The Dos Equis pale ale with the spice, that what they call fire ant tears, like chili pepper extract. It was spicy too. You could feel it. It's like, whoo, little kick to it. Boy, that was a dynamite product. But they don't ever keep those around. And then they got the Noche Bueno, which is, what is it, like our goodness, our greeting kind of thing, with the poinsettia on it that they sell during Christmas time. It's a Bock. It's like 6.5% a Mexican dark Bock. Oh, what a mistake. I was at Walmart in Gonzales, Louisiana. Yeah, we have a Spanish heritage here too. We have Gonzales, Louisiana, Galvez, Louisiana. And I saw it. They had a 24 pack. I said, oh yeah, but I said, I'm gonna buy it when I get back here to this Walmart. And I don't remember the reason why. And I never saw it again. That was over 10 years ago. Never saw it again. I was so disgusted. All right. So the regular Dos Equis kind of bland. but their specialties are really special. They can go toe to toe with many craft beers, but you know, they're like Anheuser-Busch. All the good stuff, you can't get it. Or they just flat out discontinue it. This beer tastes like Chardonnay wine. If that ain't Pabst, there's no way that's not Pabst. They don't use wine. They use a weird kind of Carlsberg yeast. They said, their brewmaster said it in 1980. I got the evidence right there. He said we use a unusual Carlsberg yeast. Well, it's unusual, all right. And I was looking at the website here that I put, well, for Crescent Crown's website, actually is the one I should use. It's got more information about the beer. Instead of trying to sell merchandise and their art contest, it says they use Northwest Pacific hops, like from Washington, where Jason Cleveland, the viewer, is. But they also use a Yugoslavian variety. It says Yugoslavian. That's a South Slavian variety. So that would be from like Slovenia or Croatia or Bosnia or Herzegovina or Serbia or Kosovo. So, or Macedonia, Northern Macedonia. So they don't really specify where it comes from. Somewhere in those countries. Now you're going to bring in Yugoslavian hops, right? And you're going to go to all that trouble to put it in Pabst beer, but it's still only 10 IBUs. So, I mean, what is it? You know, how is it affecting it? You know, I mean, what is it gaining for it? I don't know. It is sort of unique, though. And it's like Anheuser-Busch with Budweiser. We use Moravian hops. Oh, no, that's Coors use Moravian barley. A Moravian barley strain. It's like it's grown here now, but the guy got it from Moravia in the Czech Republic. Back then it was Austrian Empire, the Kingdom of Bohemia. But but Budweiser beer uses Moravian hops now. They say we bring our hops in from Moravia, which is a region of the Czech Republic. I'm like, well, okay. You know, Budweiser still tastes sort of ordinary, but you might counterpoint and say, you're not sophisticated enough. It's going over your head. Yes, that's probably true. Because I'm not tasting anything too, like, I mean, it's different, but I didn't say it was profoundly different. It's just a little bit different. I got to keep my eyes closed because one is so much lighter. There's hoppiness here more than there, even though they got the same IBU number. But we know IBU numbers don't always mean a whole lot. You could have something that's 50 IBUs. It'd be so hoppy it'd make you want to dump the beer out, unless you're like me and you love the bitter beer. And you drink another ale that's 50 IBUs, and you say, well, this thing is not bitter. What's like, where's the bitterness? So it doesn't always match up to the number. And some companies won't put the number. They say no. Oscar Blues, for instance. They say, we don't like to deal with IBUs. They don't match up. And then we got to have, I guess, people calling them and emailing them all the time, like, why this thing's not better? You know, and all of that. Or why is it better? And the numbers low. And Bell said the same thing. So that's got the little Chardonnay thing. This has really not a whole lot of flavor over here, but it's got the little bitterness. And I always think that Dos Equis got no flavor. It's not that it has a bad flavor. It's just a lack of flavor. Would it pair well with all kind of Mexican food? Oh, sure. Tex-Mex or other Mexican styles. Yeah. when I went to Monterey, no, when I went to Matamoros, Mexico in 1998, they had fajitas Guadalajara. I never saw that anywhere outside of Mexico. That was an unusual dish. The waiter's like, "You're probably not going to like it." I said, "Oh well, I wouldn't know until I tried it." "Okay, we'll bring it," and it was good. I mean, it was strange, but yeah, it would pair well with that. When I went to Mexico, to Reynosa, Mexico, guess what they were drinking in the bar? Tecate. All these old guys, like in their 60s or whatever, sitting around the bar drinking Tecate. I said, "Look at this." That's got to be Dos Equis. I didn't see anybody in Mexico drinking Dos Equis, but I wasn't exactly doing a study, like taking notes, like what exactly is everyone drinking? Because I really didn't go to bars too much. I went to grocery stores. I mean, I did go to that one bar in the city square in Reynosa, and that's what they was drinking. But if you go to the grocery stores, like the 7-Eleven, where they got a different, I think it's owned by them, but it's called OXXO, OXXO or whatever. They got the same stuff. It's the same thing. It's like people tell me Mexicans don't drink Corona. Oh, really? Well, then somebody's drinking it down there because you go to every grocery store, they got Corona everywhere. It's the same thing. Corona, Pacifico, Dos Equis are here, there, and everywhere. Sol, Tecate, and all of that. Now, they have different things. Like I noticed back in those days, they had Tecate Titanium. Talking about a long time ago, and I bought a 6-pack, but it was 5.5. Didn't taste very nice. Then they brought in a 7.5 for the US. It tasted like frankly bad. And it's discontinued, thankfully. And they had like Sol Chilada, Dos Equis Chilada. They had all kind of everything chiladas. Like ones you don't see around here, But any kind of like strange, unusual Mexican beers, I didn't really notice that. But then I didn't go to, I don't know where the craft beer Mexican stores are. You see, they had Superior and Superior Dark, a dark one. But I wanted to buy that so that, and the thing was locked. I was like, why this cooler is locked? Oh, it was Sunday. No beer sales on Sunday. I said, oh, great. Then the border guard was like this colonel. He was a lieutenant colonel or a colonel, full colonel. He said, you can go back tomorrow. They'll be open. You can get the beers. But then I just said, let me leave. I'm not going back. All the way over there, walk all the way across that bridge. And then the store probably didn't open till 10 or 9. I don't know. It seemed like that state had strict rules like, oh, no, you can't buy beer if it's before 10 a.m. and you can't buy any beer on Sunday. That was in Coahuila. And I was like, I'm not going through all that just to get a Superior Dark. It was in a big bottle too, man, that was it was like bigger than a 40 ounce. You know what I mean? It was like a 64 ounce or something. I don't know. It was big. I know it was bigger than a 40. And I said, I want to buy it. It wasn't expensive, but I said, I can't. But same thing happened in Arkansas. I found all kind of beers in Arkansas I wanted. I said, oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, no, the cooler's locked. The guy's like, can't buy beer on Sunday. I was like, great. Havana's great. Happened in Texas. Tried to buy some good liquor I hadn't seen. Boy, they don't sell liquor on Sundays in Texas. Are you crazy? We ain't like Louisiana where y'all a bunch of alcoholics. Okay. This has got to be the Pabst. And if I'm wrong, I have to live with it. And I'm sorry. How would I score this? It's fine. I wouldn't make a big production out of it. My father asked me yesterday, "How you like it? How are you enjoying that Pabst Blue Ribbon?" I said, "I like it. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but I'm enjoying it. You know, I mean, it's good." He said, "Boy, I'm so glad they didn't have all that flavored beer when I was in my drinking days. I'd be dead." He said that he'd be dead. I said, "It with all that sugar," because he always liked all that sweet stuff. He said, "It'd have killed me." And he's right. He's right about it. He got out when the getting was good, 2003, January 03. He claims it was late 02, but I believe it was 03. But January. So that one's like a beat. No. What am I saying? Where do I go? Who do I turn to? There's really nothing wrong with it. It's like it's got good body. See, that's the thing about Pabst. It has good body. Now, some of y'all are going to say, it's heavy bodied. It makes me gag. It's gross. I don't like it. It's not really heavy body. It's not heavy bodied. It's full bodied. It's medium bodied if you want to get techno, like Larry Holmes said in 1985, if you want to get techno. But it's got a lot of character. I mean, I don't know why people put down on Pabst Blue Ribbon. Oh ma, you're jealous. It's the Pabst Blue Ribbon. Dos Equis got a little sweetness. I can see why people would put down on that because it doesn't have any character. It's bland. Terrible? Not terrible. Pabst would be about 90, about a 90. A minus. Yes. Dos Equis, well, it's not the most interesting beer in the world. It's not even the most interesting beer in Nuevo Leon. Is it solid? Sure, it's solid. Is it enjoyable? Yeah, but a lot of beers like this are enjoyable because you're drinking beer. It's lager beer. It's light. It's easy going. I was at work for 8 hours. On my feet most of the day. You're kind of tired. But why would I ever pay elevated prices for Dos Equis when I could get Pabst Blue Ribbon for much cheaper? You know what? Of course, I would never do that. I would not do that. And I will not do that. Now, Corona Familiar, okay. Different story. Corona Familiar at 4.8 has character. It has some things going for it. The brown label, tan label, beige label, whatever. Brown and beige. Yes. I'm going to call it. Oh, so let's give it, we'll be fair. It's a B. It's good, but I'm going to say 83 out of 100. It's a B, but it only comes in at an 83, even though it's a B. Don't you see? Pabst is not the cleanest thing. You don't drink it and say, "Oh, it's clean." It ain't clean. It's interesting. It's got some rambunctiousness. It's sort of an outlier. People always say bad things about Pabst, like back in the 70s, Pabst. And I opened a can of Pabst one time and poured the beer out because I never did drink beer out the can. I poured the beer out and a little plastic tab came out, like a little plastic circle. I'm looking at that. I said, boy, their quality assurance has got to be like horrendously bad. And that was from the Milwaukee brewery, and they shut down about a year later. That was a fiasco. One of the biggest breweries in the world, Pabst Brewing Company brewery in Milwaukee, and they said we're shutting down. And they never reopened. It's just a big derelict thing. They did open a brew pub there, but when the scandemic started, of course, their business was zilch. I don't know if they had a whole lot before that, and it never came back. And they shut it down. They said we finished. And they were making the On Decker, you know, the all malt Michelob competitor over there. Oh, excuse me. And oh well, time to call it Pabst. Boy, if this doesn't say Pabst, I'm gonna be so shamed. I'll never live it down. Well, I'll get over it. Maybe in about, I don't know. I may never get over it. Okay. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know, man. I really don't know. I tried my best. I try hard. I feel like Rocky, you know, I don't have the eye of the time. I'm scared. I'm scared, and I want to give up. Okay, well, let's look at the comments. At least we can do something positive here. Okay. You know how you feel right now? Well, I feel a lot worse than that. Okay, Claude Diamond says $4. Two for $4. Right. And I can get it $1.72 a can, which is less than two for $4. Okay, Claude Diamond says, Dr. Howard, Dr. Fine, Dr. Howard. Right. Why do you think PBR is more popular in cans and bottles? I don't know. We get a lot of bottles around here. Bethurne's got bottles galore, 12 packs. I was going to buy bottles, but they were out. Albertsons had no bottles. Well, somebody's buying them. They bought all the 12 packs. It was a Sunday afternoon, so people had probably waxed through it, you know, just blew through it on the weekend. And that, so it's popular in Louisiana. PBR bottles popular in Louisiana. Hi, Ronsky says Beer Hounds Beer Reviews. Hello to you. Jason Cleveland says, hello, Jay. Good afternoon and hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. I'm tired. You know, I was working, but I don't mind. I was lifting heavy stuff, but I rather work and lift heavy things. When I was teaching high school, I didn't mind, but it was hurting my voice. It was like I used to come home from work and my throat would hurt so bad just from talking all day. I had to talk because the kids didn't know anything about history. What are they going to do? Tell me about history? They didn't know. And so, and I never did any, you know, you don't lift anything. What do you lift in a pencil? A dry erase eraser, or we had the digital computer boards at the end when I was about to finish, and I said, but now I can do. I always like manual labor better anyway. You lift up heavy things, you know. You get a workout without going to a club. Okay, you know, workout club. Cheers, y'all. Says wish you were beer show. PBR in cans, the only way to go. Well, I wouldn't agree with that, but I would say the draft is the only way to go, but you got to go get the draft. Beer Hounds Beer Review says cheers. Albertsons, I think you can still order Pabst draft at Albertsons. I think Pabst is decent. It is. Great yard work beer for me, says wish you were a beer show. Chaz, not every store I go to has Pabst in the 12-ounce bottle. It's rare for some reason. That I don't think you live in Louisiana, but around here it's common. It's sort of common, you know. I like Budweiser too. I like it. PBR and a shot of Crown Royal is heaven, says Claude. Oh boy. Claude's getting wow. Pabst was my go-to for years before I knew what craft beer was. I didn't start drinking craft beer till 1996. On the other hand, I didn't start drinking beer till 1996. So I always did drink craft beer right along with regular beer, interchangeably. Lurk says, you like Corona, Ron? I like it. In Ontario, we can only get Mexican Corona in 710 milliliter bottle. 710. Picked some up. Also got a bottle of Havana Club 3-year for mojitos. Don't think you can get that in the USA. We can get Havana Club, but it's made in Puerto Rico by the original owners, the Bacardi family. They say we have the real Havana Club because when they fled Cuba, they took the Havana Club recipe with them. Now the Cubans make the Havana Club and say they have the real one. But Bacardi said they are liars. They just took our rum and made it illegally, really. So the United States does not allow Havana Club from Cuba. No, we get Havana Club from Puerto Rico, which is owned by the people that made Havana Club. So they claim it's the real one. I do plan to buy it. Yeah, I agree. Dos Equis has a lack of flavor. It's unmemorable beer. Well, this taste challenge screwed everything up on that account. I used to put a couple of shots of Lagunitas Hop Stupid in my Pabst. And it says Beer Hounds Beer Reviews, and it was like a pale hoppy lager when I was on a tight budget. That's not a bad idea. But then they got rid of Hop Stupid, which was very stupid. Shrimp and beef fajitas with a Corona, says Claude. Good idea. Dos Equis equals. Oh no, I'm not going to read that comment. Tecate is my favorite Mexican beer. Yes, I like it, especially from the bottle for some reason. Dom's Lifestyle says hello, hello. If you have to put food in a beer, it must be a bad beer. I drink Grimbergen Blonde now. I like Grimbergen from Belgium, right? Checking in, Ron says Jeep and Foodie. Cheers, Ron says Dr. Frosty Brew. Interesting, in Canada, we get the Cuban version. They will import this, but pull the Russian vodka. Canada is strange. Canada is strange. Okay. Well, Dr. Frosty Brew says Baba Booey. Baba Booey? What does that mean, Baba Booey? Look, y'all, I got to confess, I got it wrong. I don't feel too good right now. I thought this tastes, I don't know, man. I just feel, I know the Pabst is dark. I'm looking at it's darker, and this is straw, and that's gold. I got to stop doing blind taste tests. No, enough's enough. I do these blind taste tests, and it's making me look bad because I can't tell them apart. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Well, I thought I had this in the bag, but well, it just goes to show you. I got to stop doing it. I'm telling you, I got to stop. And then the sad thing is, I got so many beers in the fridge that I was going to do blind taste tests with. I made a special effort. I went and bought the King Cobra 40 ounce. I bought the Mickey's 40 ounce. I bought the Magnum, not the Magnum. They don't make it anymore. I bought the Steel Reserve 211 6%, the 6%, Steel 6. I bought the Old English 800. Old English wears the crown because it's the king of malt liquor. Malt liquor, always malt liquor. What you know about that? I bought all that, and I was going to do taste challenges. I was so excited. Now it's all come crashing down. It's all destroyed. It's all a calamity. So I can't do this anymore. I cannot come on the internet live and say all these things blind and then get it wrong and be all embarrassed. I cannot do it. Baba Booey. What is he saying? Baba Booey. Sopranos. At least they're entertaining even if you get it wrong, says Lurk. Yeah, I guess y'all get to have entertainment at my expense. Booey. Baba Booey. Y'all got to make comments that I understand. Mama Monkey. Mama Monkey. Mama Monkey. Baby Louie. Baba Booey. Mama Monkey. Well, that's it. It's it. That's it. It's all over. All over, all over. Do I like king cake? I like it. I don't love it. I get it every year. It's Tony Soprano said bada bing. I never watched The Sopranos. That's a true story. I never watched one episode of it. I don't know anything about it. No shame in getting it wrong, says Omar. They're both good beers. I know. I just feel embarrassed, because I was talking all of this talk and I couldn't back it up, or I couldn't get it right. Say it ain't so. Please don't retire from taste challenges. These are highly entertaining. Yeah, but I'm embarrassed. I try hard. I try to think real carefully and get it right and do all the tasting notes. I'm looking for the Chardonnay flavor, and here I am in a fiasco, a disaster. Baba Booey. Well, I got to think about it. I got a lot of thinking to do now. I hate to waste the Mickey's fine malt liquor. I hate to waste that King Cobra premium malt liquor. I hate to waste that Steel Reserve 211 6%. Hate to waste that King Coke, that what am I saying? I hate to waste that Old English 800 brand malt liquor. Oh, I see. It's a sleazy strip club Tony Soprano owned. We had a mafia presence here. Had, you like that? Had, like it don't exist anymore. It was bad though. The one we had here was really bad, especially when you talk about November 22nd, 1963. Oh, bad, 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 bad. The things I could tell you. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to recover from this. Try to get it together. Climb out of this trough. Before I get off the air, I can show y'all what taste challenge is coming tomorrow morning. If you want to see the last Dawn Busters till Easter, I got one more Dawn Busters till Easter Sunday. I'll show you, but you probably say, I don't want to see that. You failed. You're a failure. You're an abject failure. I am not in the mob. Oh, I assumed that you were. So I'll count it down to 0, and if you don't want to see it, fine. I can understand that. So going once, going twice, gone. Okay, well, you'll see it tomorrow morning at dawn. Last taste challenge of the year, not of the year, of the season, and then we'll be back. We'll be back on Easter Sunday, God will. I don't think predictability is important. The observations are what is important. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, let's look at it like this. Some of y'all could start doing blind taste tests like Beer Hound and Blue Ice and all the other fellas. And maybe they'll do better than I did. So it's a shame. All right. Pabst Blue Ribbon versus Dog. Well, let's just pretend this video didn't happen. Okay. Let's just show us. Hey, I counted down to 0. Hey, Ron. Hey, Aviation. What do you like for a nice Easter dinner with family? For us, it was either ham or prime rib. Oh, yeah, those two things are good. I don't know. We don't have any set things. Like, usually some kind of meat because you gave up meat for Lent. There's usually something like, but then you only give it up on Fridays. So I don't know. Nothing in particular, really. So tomorrow morning, those are good. Tomorrow morning is a showdown for the ages. I'll be double embarrassed if I get this wrong. Jameson versus Bushmills original. Oh, Zia. Well, I'd like to do this right now the way I'm feeling. But this is going to be a war. A war. I was wondering, what do you do for work? Different heavy lifting type things, and sometimes not so heavy lifting. Part-time work, you know what I mean? Part-time work. Jameson, oh yeah, the world's most popular Irish whiskey versus versus Bushmills, were one of the other most popular Irish whiskeys. Tomorrow morning at dawn, a showdown at dawn. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Last taste challenge before Lent, right? Yeah. Last whiskey taste challenge. I love both of those, but I haven't had either in a long time. I think I have Jameson somewhere. I got all my liquor all organized. So I'm down, you know, I'm feeling down, but I don't feel too down because look what I bought today. Look what I bought today. Look what I bought today. Hey, like that. Hey, like that. You like that? You like that? How you feel? You like that? Bywater Vanilla Bourbon Stout. Made in New Orleans. Cask aged. Craft brewed. 11% alcohol. 2022 batch. I bought 4 cans. Hey, you like that? You like that? Some of these people tell me, all you drink is adjunct lagers. Does it look like an adjunct lager to you? It is, actually, because it adds vanilla and it's barrel aged. Yeah, yeah, $17.99 for a 4-pack. Huh? You like that? I bought Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. Da, 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 da. I'm on a Mexican radio. Yeah, yeah. A sweet stout with spices, 8% by volume, contains lactose. Yeah. You like that? Pounding pecan pie. I'm pounding pecan pie. You like that? From Georgia. 8% alcohol. Yeah. Yeah. And I got a lot more I bought today. Yeah. All right. Enough stunting. Now, getting back to planet Earth. I see you are very intelligent and knowledgeable, says Superlink. I was thinking maybe you were a teacher or something. I used to be a teacher. I retired from teaching. You know, I taught for Southern University in New Orleans, Southeastern Louisiana University, and high school. Yes. Happy Lent, everyone. Pray for me if you do that kind of thing, says Simon Smith. Pray for me, too. You know what I mean? Way off, haha, says Superlink. Looks tasty. I love me some pecan pie. There are so many interesting craft beers out there, says B Aviation. You got that right. And I bought a bunch of them today, and I can't wait to try them. And I will never do a taste challenge with them because, I mean, why would you do that anyway? All right, now, I got it wrong. Let's pretend this video never happened. Pecan or pecan? We just say pecans, you know, pecans. Let's go eat some pecan pie. All right, thanks for watching this video production.